sound right, boys. Sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. Shout out to everybody that's here now, everybody that's listening. Go ahead and hit that like button if you already haven't. I appreciate it. Go ahead and donate a share if you don't mind. And if you really want to support the podcast, hit the like button. And anything else goes to the C1 that I am currently hoping. I'm going for the 55-inch, people. Just so you know, I'm going 55 inches of love on that C1, and possibly next weekend. Possibly next weekend. So, but morning to everybody, and as you can see, we got a podcast here planned. I got home yesterday after a long day at work. Let me tell you, long but satisfying day at work, and want to give a I want to give a shout out to two people here. I listened to both of their uploads yesterday. One was Foxy Games UK, and the other one was actually was Marlin Gaming Nation. So I'll start with the synopsis here, which is I want to give a shout out to Foxy Games UK because in his video, if you all haven't listened to it, you can just go on YouTube, Foxy Games UK, and he did a video where he is correct about a lot of things. And last night I was really thinking about it. Then I did listen to Marlin Gaming Nation. I did listen to his video. It was about an hour long, where he actually he apologized. Let me start right there. He did apologize. So I want to give I want to give credit where credit is due, because I always believe if as a man, you got to look back on things that you're doing, and then you have to recognize you've done some things wrong. You went off course, so to speak. And I'll give Marlin Gaming Nation a lot of credit. He actually did admit in his live stream he apologized. So my question to everybody is, was the apology, if you watched the video, was the apology sufficient for you? I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. Was it sufficient for you? For me personally, I thought it was a big deal, because in that apology, in that video, he admitted he did go off course, and that he's rebranding, so to speak, to he's rebranding to this, try to bring everybody together. And I for one, I'm not against that at all. I am not against it. It's only going to happen, however, if the content creators that you guys listen to, just keep it an even kill. Stay away from the rampant speculation. And I mean, I understand there's a healthy speculation. I understand that. We're speculating on the new Wakanda Forever movie, because we're going to have like 2 or 3 new characters introduced. We may possibly get some Doctor Doom Easter eggs. That's like some healthy speculation. Where you get into toxic speculation is what Marlin was doing. And literally not knowing, as somebody who's a credentialed media person, that Game Pass isn't making money. That's unacceptable. I mean, how could you? Everybody knows Game Pass isn't making money. But let me start off by saying I agree with Foxy Games UK when he said that, Marlon, he made a mistake. All right, let's just start right there. And I agree 100% with Foxy Games UK. He made a mistake. And the only issue I saw with it is he literally tried to damage control his mistake. He's like, nah, you're not going to be able to do that. You just got to come out and today, if he wants to bring people together, he's just going to have to come out today and say he made the mistake of thinking Game Pass was making money. Now, this podcast is literally called Fruit from the Poisonous Tree, and this is where I thought he started going off the rails. I was going to play part of this video, but now I've decided not to do that. I may play parts of it, but I don't know if you all remember when Starfield got delayed. And Marlin Gaming Nation did a video on it, and it is this video right here. I don't know if you remember this video where he did this video where it's called Starfield and Redfall delayed to 2023. But and it says Xbox fanboys, Xbox fanboys mad Xbox has nothing for 2022. Now, I think had he just kept the podcast on that, because that actually was breaking news, so to speak, that makes sense. But when you go ahead and you put in God of War, literally he was saying in this video, is God of War going to be next? That's a problem. That's speculation. Like if I was Camila Vasquez, I'm sorry, I would be like, objection, Your Honor, speculation calls for a conclusion, you know. So, but in this video, this is where I think he started going off course. You know, literally in this video, he started saying that Sony needs to step up and do something. And that's the problem, is that it's not Sony's fault that Microsoft shit the bed. And, you know, and where people started getting alienated with Marlon was these little micro aggressions towards Sony. And people just got tired of it. Sony this year has launched Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4. If you want to go play it, okay, on PS, they have PS5 versions. They've launched Forbidden West. They've got Sifu on that console. It's also on PC. They've got GT7, Gran Turismo 7, the biggest selling racing game of all time. They've launched MLB The Show. These are all these games I'm naming are actual games that are AAA games. They've added a bunch of stuff to Returnal, like co-op and I don't know, some other things that was free. The co-op, my understanding on Returnal was free. These are just things that they've put out, and he insists on saying that it's dry. And what he means by it's dry is that when he says it's dry, he means that there's no information. Now, Sony has never been a bastion of putting out a whole lot of information. They didn't do it last gen. They didn't. I mean, they would say things like Yoshida said something like, well, if you think 2017 was good, wait till 2018. And, you know, that's when we got Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So, you know, Sony last generation put out 2 Game of the Year games. I mean, The Last of Us Part 2 and the Kratos game. Like I said, I can't call him the God of War. The Kratos game. Okay. So, I just think that, you know, I think for me personally, this video right here, and you all can pull this video up yourself, but it's, you know, I could fair use the video and do that, but I'm not going to do that. I was going to do that, but that'll just take things to the negative. I'll just simply say this is the video where he started going off the rail. And so I appreciate the fact that he said he was going off the rails. Or I mean, his whole video yesterday was about trying to see where he kind of went wrong, and that takes that takes stones for a man to come out and say, yeah, I went wrong on some things. He did apologize, and wants to bring the community together. You know, my whole point is I still stand by what I've said. He has no right to determine what value is except for himself and his family. Okay. So to me, he just for some reason got this big time hard on for $70 and something not being worth it, while at the same time telling you that, you know, him going out and spending $150 on God of War is worth it. So again, that's his value system. That's fine for him, but you may have not have wanted to go out and spend $150 or whatever it was on the NAR edition or whatever those things were. Okay. And that's fine too, but it's hypocritical to tell people that something isn't worth something because your system of value is different than theirs. I don't think the C1 48-inch TV is worth $1,200. That's why I didn't buy it. Okay, but I'm not going to sit up here and say you're an idiot or you're dumb and you shouldn't do that because it's your money and you have a different value system. There are people buying the 3090, the GPU. That damn thing is $1,300. Okay, so again, to me, it's not worth it. But I'm not going to sit up there and bang on the drum and tell you that it's not worth it because my value system is different than yours. Either one of us is right or wrong. But when Marlon Gaming Nation said about Grand Theft Auto, I don't even remember when Grand Theft Auto, when the old Grand Theft Autos got remastered and stuff like that, and Rockstar, I think, paid, Rockstar was charging full price. They were charging full price for it. And I remember what Marlon said about that, which was, if you haven't played the games, then yes, the games are worth experiencing. That's a perfect way to say it. But when it came to The Last of Us Part 1, he was just going nuts over $70. Saying PlayStation is in trouble. These are microaggressions. How is PlayStation in trouble when their main issue is trying to get enough to meet demand? If my main issue with my product is meeting demand, then what? then I'm not in trouble. I'm in trouble by not being able to meet demand. The accurate statement would be, hey, if Sony needs to try to do a better job of meeting demand. I think everybody would agree with that, okay? But the president, it was the chip demand was so bad that the United States Congress had to pass a law. They had to pass a law that the president signed the other day to help boost chips, okay? To help boost to get the chips out. So that's going to happen, which, remember, Sony during their Q meeting, their shareholders meeting, said they think that they will be able to get more systems out, that they've solved the chip thing. That's what they were talking about, because they and AMD and Microsoft, everybody was lobbying Congress to pass the CHIPS Act. I think that's what it's called, the CHIPS Act. They're not talking about potato chips. So, so when you come across as you have a double standard when it comes to for whatever reason, and I thought it was kind of telling that he, as a credentialed member of the media, did not get the 1440p beta. He didn't get that. From my understanding, is he did not get that, and a lot of people in the media that are, quote, whatever you want to call them, big time channels, I don't know what you want to call them, influencers, just whatever you guys want to call them, they got that beta. And shout out to I believe it was Arsenal or something of that nature. He gave me the code for 1440p. So again, and I simply asked. I mean, he asked and I reciprocated. And look, let me make this clear. If you're genuine and you're honest with people, they will pick up on that. Okay? They'll pick up on it. And yeah, I have a 1440p monitor. I may go buy another one today. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I may buy a 1440p monitor. I don't know. But I want a wide screen. I want the wide screen. Okay? I don't want the I want the 20, I think it's 25, like 2550 by 14 something. I forgot the dimensions of it, but you know what I'm talking about when I bring it home. Like, yep, here it is. So, but the one I'm looking at is out of stock as well. I mean, it was only like $399. But what happened? I believe where he went off the rails is when he started, and I've said this, when he started pushing his set of value and what he thought was worth something on other people, because at that point that it stops at the door. That shit stops at the door. And his whole thing on the $70 thing, that alienated a lot of people simply because if you don't want something, you won't buy it. Okay? It doesn't matter. If you want to go to the Super Bowl, if you want to go see the Super Bowl in person and enjoy the Super Bowl, you're going to be paying, what, $3,000 possibly is what some of these tickets are costing. If you want to go, you're going to pay. Nobody's going to be able to tell you otherwise. If The Last of Us was in bad shape, And I'll put a picture up of The Last of Us that somebody has put up. It's a leaked picture. It's nothing major. I wouldn't show it to you if it was. And you can determine yourself whether they put the work in and stuff like that. But that's kind of where he went off the rails, man. You cannot tell. Nobody can tell you what's valuable. I mean, if you, I don't know what to say, man. If you want to go to Vegas and drop 10 stacks, if you got 10 stacks to blow, go. I may not do that. And your best friend should say, man, you sure you want to go out there and with 10 stacks? All right, well, maybe that's not the best idea. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of this, where he went wrong, was when he started, it was the reason why people went in on him, and I'll say this to Marlon, is because you've had, for the last, I say 5.5 weeks, for the last 5.5 weeks, he's had these micro aggressions towards Sony over the $70 thing. So as soon as he went off track, when he got that Game Pass thing wrong, people were waiting on that. You know, people were waiting, and they got him. They got him. And I looked at it. I looked at Guapzilla's short video. It's like a 1.5-minute video. He had it on Twitter. I don't know if he still has it up. If you want to look at it, go to Guap's channel on Twitter, and it's there. It's there. At least it was there yesterday when I got home. Okay, but he handed himself an L because he was pushing a narrative, an agenda, and when you push narratives and you push an agenda, you forget the little things because you're so busy pushing your narrative. And the narrative for Marlon is, people are mad at Sony for charging $70 for games. Even though Madden is coming out in a couple of weeks, coming out on my birthday, coming out, right? $70, right? Callisto Protocol, $70. Forspoken, coming out next year on PC and PlayStation, $70. At least it's $70 on PlayStation. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Part 2, Game Porter Rock, shout out to 60 Frames No Lag, we were talking about last night, and he brought it up, $70. So again, I'm not big. I understand why you may not want to pay $70, but $70 is the new 50. So what's that saying? Remember that, blank orange is the new black. 80, 70 is the new 50. Guess what? 70 is the new $49.99. Okay, so it is what it is. And I actually, when I was listening to his podcast yesterday, I kind of felt sorry for him, but he became his own worst enemy. Okay, and I'm not going to get into. I've had people say, well, he was chasing donations, and because the Xbox community gave him more money, he started placating the Xbox community. I mean, again, if that's true, then that's something else that is your downfall. You went off the rails. So, but to me, it's not the past that's important. You learn from it. It's the future and your present tense. And starting today, if he does a podcast, if you're going to watch him, then he said he is dedicated to trying to bring everybody together. I think that's fantastic. I want that. I wish him nothing but the best going forward. I said this before. My personal belief is that he went off the rails when he started becoming micro angry at Sony. My opinion is that because Sony was not giving him information, or none of us a lot of information, which is consistent with what Sony does. Okay? And he got mad that there was nothing for him to share and put out there. So he keeps saying it's dry. It's dry. It's dry. And I'm telling you right now, I can't speak for him, but it's not dry. I can tell you that's not true. It's not dry. Okay? But I heard him say that he wants to get people hyped for games. Again, I don't understand that mentality. But he is right. He went online. He's a YouTuber. That's a very, I mean, you can listen to 1,000 other people. I heard him say that. He's correct about that. But it's not Sony's fault that Microsoft this generation shit the bed. That's nobody's fault but Microsoft. If their console wasn't ready, they should have delayed their console. I've said that multiple times. I'm under the belief at this point that Microsoft, they just wanted to put a console out. They did not have any games ready, whereas Sony had Demon Souls, they had Spider-Man, they had all this stuff at launch ready for you to play. Okay, now there were certain things that, like Porter Rock said in his upload, there were certain things that the Xbox had, like VRR support at the beginning. I believe they had 1440p support at the beginning. That is stuff that you could say it would have been nice if Sony had launched with that, and you wouldn't be wrong about that. It's just kind of like, well, they just didn't launch with it, and you have a right to critique them. So when he says things like, well, you know, Jim Ryan lied, Sony is in trouble. I don't know what Jim Ryan lied about. I mean, he may have. I'm not saying he didn't. But the whole thing that Sony's in trouble, that's bullshit. Okay, PlayStation ain't in no trouble. Their main trouble is what? With sales? You see how many every time a PlayStation 5's hit the stores, everybody goes out and buys their games. Whether it's Miles Morales, which was what, #1 for a gazillion years, or in the top 10, whether it's Forbidden West. These games, Forbidden West came out in February. We're at the end of summer. That game is still selling like hotcakes. I mean, it just is. And now I think it's on sale, at least on the PlayStation Store, it's on sale. So he was talking about look, let me say something else here about their percentage drop in engagement. The reason why, and there's a percentage drop everywhere with indoor activities. That's because more people are going outside. Just like movies that came out in 2021 during the summer didn't do as well as movies in 2022. And that's because more people went to the theaters. You got to understand that theaters were only open for like 4 showings a day in 2021. Like, I mean, I'm close to a Regal, and Regal didn't show no IMAX movies, like none. They shut that theater down. Regal would show movies at 11 a.m. Then they would have another like 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. a 2:30 to 4:30, and then they would shut the theater down to clean it. Then they would open back up like at 7 o'clock and do a 7 till, they would be open like 7 to 11:30 or 7 to midnight. Then everybody went home. But now you got movies coming out and the theaters are showing the movies, you know, they'll have, 11 o'clock, 11:20, 11:40, 12:10, stuff like that. And the movies are making more money because there's more people going out. Okay, get out in front. Yeah, what did it say? Get out from in front of the TV screen and put on sunscreen. Now, me being a black man, I don't need no sunscreen. I've got automatic SPF. You know what I'm saying? So Sony's numbers, like everybody's engagement numbers, are down. How other numbers are down? Netflix lost how many subscribers? Okay. HBO Max had to reconfigure things because people weren't signing up because people were going outside. So and Sony had a 32% increase in certain sales. There were more digital sales. Yeah, because people decided people's spending habits have changed. You know what I'm saying? Their spending habits changed. So he's just, again, it's just hyperbole and things like that, and people react to that kind of stuff. They can pick up on it. Okay? They can pick up on it. So it's it's crazy that it had to come to what it came down to when him giving himself an L. And he did, and he made a mistake. But the reason why people tore his head off was because of all the other stuff he'd been doing, and they were just laying in the cut. Like they would say back in the day, they were laying in the cut for him. But where he went wrong is this video. When Microsoft canceled Redfall and Starfield, Marlin Gaming Nation automatically said Sony's got to start doing something. Sony's got to it's in Sony's best interest for God of War to come out this year. Again, I don't know why it was in their best interest. It's in that again. This is the microaggression. It's not in Sony's best interest. It's in Sony's best interest to put the most quality game out that their name is attached to. So if they were able to do that this year, great. But what does he mean by that? Well, I stipulate that he means that I got nothing to talk about. Therefore, Sony needs to put this game out. It's in their best interest. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I interpreted. The $70 game, Last of Us Part 1. Last of Us Part 1, $70, man. I don't know why he had such a big time hard on for that. All he had to say is, hey guys, I played The Last of Us Part 1 on PS3, and then I played the remaster on PS4. So for me, it's, he could have said for him personally, he doesn't think it's worth $70. He went on this whole tangent of $70. People getting mad at Sony. It was all this extra, fuckery. I don't know what else to call it, So, but to his own credit, he has backed himself up and he has said, okay, I took this maybe in the wrong direction. MBG did it too. MBG getting caught up with that whole Hassan, whatever his name was, and Hassan was really Kojima. And I mean, again, and at least I will give that guy credit. He came out and said he went way too far down the rabbit hole. He didn't have all the information. And he said he's never going to do that again. Okay, all you can do is, if you're a sub to him, is hold him to that. And again, this is why I said over a week ago that you all need to police who you listen to and why you listen to them. That's really all I got on this. I was going to play this video and be breaking down different things, but when I listened to him apologize, it's like, all right, well, you know what? Keep the same energy, my friend. That's all I can say. I mean, you said to people Grand Theft Auto, the remaster of the trilogy, whatever you want to call that, Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3, stuff like that, San Andreas. You were like, that game is worth it at full price. Okay, so then why isn't The Last of Us? But again, that's your opinion that it's not worth $70, but you need to say to people, you've played the game multiple times already, so you like the game, but you don't like it that much, and that would be fine. That makes the most sense. Look, I like Microsoft's Flight Sim game. I don't think it's worth $99.99 just to get some extra planes and be able to fly to some other airports. Now, that's just my opinion. If you are a major flight sim enthusiast, I'm talking about big time enthusiasts with the HOTUS and you got the VR set up, you may say, yes, $99 is perfect, and that's fine. Again, everybody has a different system of value. Marlon's is different than mine. And he did say that during that video that, his take on something may not be your take, and that's okay. And I agree with him. I agree with that. So, that's what I've always said, that, his systems of value are not my systems of value, and that he does not need to be pushing what his system of value is on anybody except his home. That's it. That's it. He has no right beyond that. None. But I am glad that he saw the light himself and that he apologized for it. And again, he made a mistake. He's human. He's human. And so I'm trying to find this Last of Us picture that I shared. I can't. Oh, found it. Woo! So I'm going to show you a picture of The Last of Us Part 1. I'm going to try to. Let's see if I can get right. Some of the. Here we go. Look at that. So on the top is the PS3 version. Look at the bottom. That's the PS5. Or this may be the PS4 remaster. It doesn't say. And this is the same person. That's the same person. So I mean, again, you can clearly see a difference there. Look at the light, okay? Look at the ray tracing right there. I mean, like his flashlight here is on. You can barely see it. Clearly, you can see it here. Uh, just, I mean, there's a clear difference here. There's a clear difference there. I mean, tell me you can see that. Okay, please tell me you can see that. Now, I'm not telling you what to buy, but clearly they went in and did a lot of work. That looks totally. I wouldn't even, if you would say that's the same person. That's the same person. And I mean, it's that's a lot of work right there. That's a lot of work. So, and so $70. If they put in a lot of work. There was another picture. Man, I can't find it anymore. But you all should have seen this picture when Ellie and Joel were on their hands and knees, and there was a guard behind them. This looked totally different. And again, my value system is, and this game comes out on like 20 whatever days, 24, 25 days, whatever. This is the next big game coming out besides Madden. You have Madden, then you have The Last of Us. So now I'm getting both of them. So I will be in the Poll House. P-O. Oh, can't afford the O and the R, right? So, but what say you? Do you see a difference there? And if you can see a difference, put a number 1 in there. But that's a huge difference. But let me see what well we're talking about here. Let's go to the top of the key here. First of all, shout out to everybody here. Eric83, Jeff B Gaming, Sam Ash, PlayStation Ecstasy, what's happening? Gaming Night, what's happening? So Lincoln Clay, what's going on? Nelson Gaming in the house, what's happening? Hurricane, what's happening, brother? So, definitely there's a lag. It's a beautiful game, though. What's lagging? Let's see. What do you all think about Marlon apologizing? So, dumbass said, what did he apologize for? He did a video yesterday. Just you all can go to it and you all check it out. I'm not gonna pull up his video and go through his apology and all that kind of stuff. I just, like I said, the reason I unsubbed to him is because he took a leaked source that was unconfirmed and he ran with it, primarily because he wanted to say that this game ain't worth it, instead of just coming out saying, I don't think the game is worth it. So, but that's my opinion. But instead of me complaining about it, I went ahead and unsubbed, and I did not know about his apology video, him taking an L, not knowing about Game Pass not making money. Another thing that he was wrong about was and this is not about him being wrong about everything, but another thing he did say was that AAA developers want to put their games in Game Pass because it gets more eyes on it. That right there is bullshit. There are no AAA developers putting their games on Game Pass, except Microsoft. I mean, now Sony publishes MLB The Show, but they don't publish it to Microsoft. They publish it to PlayStation. It is Microsoft that went out and got somebody to republish the game on the Xbox. That's their own thing. So, but what other AAA games are releasing day and date on that service? There are none this year. There are none scheduled. Put it like that. Doesn't mean it won't be a surprise. Now, let me make this clear. Bethesda is going to put out, is it Arcane? It's going to have Deathloop go on there. So Deathloop will be on there. And I don't know when Ghostwire Tokyo is going on there, but so Deathloop is coming to Game Pass. But that will be it, won't it? I mean, was Deathloop considered a AAA game? I don't know. I never played it. So But again, the other major AAA game coming out this year is Callisto Protocol, and it's not going to Game Pass day and date. And a matter of fact, Callisto Protocol costs $70. So, but again, now next year, that'll be different. You know, Microsoft their game should start coming out next year I mean, at least Starfield is scheduled, I believe, to come out in, I think, either March or May. I want to say it's coming out in May, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. Duppy Gaming said Marlon turned his content to what the Xbox fanboys wanted to hear instead of what intellectual honest, and that was the problem. Yeah, I stopped listening to him when he did when he did that whole leak thing. But if that's what it wouldn't shock me if that's what he did, unfortunately. Says bots go crazy in his chat nowadays. Well, again, I don't listen to him. So again, if you're a credential media member, you should not be taking leaks. You should take things from the source, but my opinion. Marlon sold his soul for more super chats. Where do y'all get that from? From the Xbox fanboys, you have no pity if he loses a lot of his PlayStation support. Well, again, I don't know. I can't call them this. This to me, they're supporters. You don't want to lose any supporters. But if you lose them because you're on some effery, then yeah, that's something you got to correct. So Nelson Gaming said it's too early for it. It ain't never too early for the truth. Waiting for Thrash to do another video. Well, again, Thrash didn't do the last video on Marlon. You got to remember that was somebody else that did that video. So let's see here. He checked out of his channel a while. My bad. Checked out his channel a while back. Couldn't stand the guy's arrogance. Will be his downfall. Well, I just think it was just a lot of misinformation that he was putting out. It wasn't, it wasn't as bad. And again, let me make this clear. It's not as bad as Colt Eastwood saying that the Xbox Series S is now more powerful than the PlayStation. Like, somebody ought to sue Colt Eastwood for the line. I mean, it's just unbelievable line. So, Sam Ash said that all he had to do was stay true to himself and would continue to grow, and he would continue to grow as a better person and content creator. I don't disagree with that. I think that's what the apology that he did was about. I think he sees it too. I hope he sees it. So, I want to resub to Marlon. I do, but if he's going to be on speculation and all this other stuff, it's like, well, nah, I'm not going to listen to. Here's the issue. My whole thing is that he's a credential media guy, and the speculation, he should not be on speculative bullshit. He shouldn't be. Should not be speculating. But yesterday in that video he did, he said Game Pass isn't profitable, but that doesn't matter. It does matter because you're a credential media person, and you said it was. You said it was. That's a problem. Okay, you can't say something is doing something when it's not, Marlon. You can't. And if you were going to do that, then why don't you give back your press credentials? That's the difference in you and, quite frankly, all these other fanboys out here. You're credentialed, which means you're trusted. And if you're going to do speculation, you need to give your shit back. If not, then stop speculating. Objection, Your Honor. Speculation calls for a conclusion, not in evidence. So, again, that's what grinds my gears. Shout out to Jez. That's what grinds my gears. Okay? It's when you work hard to get what you want, and then you just piss all over it. Hit the like button, people. I'm gonna start singing Fleetwood Mac. So, the First 48 Gaming begs for donations to buy. Well, again, I don't know that. That's kind of a low ball insult. Come on now, let's keep it above board here, okay? Over here, let's keep it above board. Can't stop you from saying stuff, but let's try to keep it above board. We don't have to insult to keep it above board here. Come on now. So, those that can say, man, those that complain about $70 games have a very hard time understanding the concept of buy, don't buy. I know. Yeah, you're right. That's because you're dealing with what? Entitlement. That's because you're dealing with entitlement. And people got out to Brap, Enrique with Brap. He's right. I mean, when you're dealing with a sense of entitlement, you're going to have a lot of problems. And this is generational. You're dealing with the kids whose parents argue that all kids should have trophies and nobody should be a loser, and because that causes a complex, and kids get depressed and all that kind of stuff, instead of learning how to lose. Okay, instead of learning how to lose, which is part of life, they never learned how to lose. So they have entitlement issues. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's a simple, yeah, if you don't want to buy something, don't buy it. I've never, I just don't get that. I don't understand that. Okay, I've seen some stuff that I'm like, man, like where I work in the medical field, so we do all this walking and stuff like that. I would love to go out and buy me the latest pair of tennis shoes to be a cool guy, but I'm a grown ass man. I have to buy comfortable shoes, so I wear Hoka's and Skechers. Why? Why do I wear that? Because of my feet, you know. So it's just, but I would love to go buy something else, but not gonna do it. So yeah, just wait for a sale. I've said this multiple times that The Last of Us and other games will be on sale Black Friday, and if you don't want to pay full price, all you have to do is wait a few weeks. So it's not that difficult. Peppy Gaming said he's playing Sword and Fairy 7. You're excited for Rollerdrome and Saints Row this month. Oh, I didn't know Saints Row was coming this month. All right, appreciate it. When is Saints Row coming? People like Marlon don't care about the next. To me, if Rollerdrome, is that what it's called, and Saints Row is coming out this month, that I agree. I would expect somebody who's in gaming media to be talking about those games. That's just me. All right. I didn't know Saints. I thought Saints Row was coming out in September. So shout out to you guys for the reminder. I didn't plan on buying it. So I'll have to look into it. I know shout out to J-Tech. I know he's excited about it. So he would be the man I'd listen to about that, because he's been really covering that game. So see here, what else are you all saying? Let's see. Changes. There are no changes there. Dumbass being a smart ass, I see. MLB has intellectual property rights to MLB The Show, and they went to Microsoft to put it on Game Pass to get more eyes on the game. Well, again, that's I'm not saying that's not true. My point was that there are no AAA games coming to Game Pass the rest of this year. So when Marlon said that more AAA developers want to put games on Game Pass, that's inaccurate. That's not true. The biggest AAA game coming out this fall is God of War. It's not going to be on Game Pass. But the next big game, arguably, and I said arguably, is The Last of Us. Again, that won't be on Game Pass. Then if you want to say, well, no, it's not, and you want to say it's Callisto Protocol, fine. I won't argue that Callisto Protocol is arguably one of the most anticipated games this fall, and I still hope it stays on track for where it is. But that game's not going to be on Game Pass. And then you have Modern Warfare 2. That game won't be on Game Pass. Now, maybe it will be next year. I mean, it may be next year. That's why when he would talk about value, and he would say Game Pass has insane value, based on what? There ain't nothing in there. If you don't want to play, it doesn't matter. If Wendy's has a value meal and you don't want what's on there, if you don't like Wendy's, what they put out, what Wendy's puts out doesn't matter. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna say that again. Don't talk about value to people who don't like what they're presenting. If I want to go to Wendy's and I say, man, that $5 meal at Wendy's, man, that's great value. But then I don't know, say Sick Humor would be like, Wendy's, ew. So to him, so to shout out, so to Sick Humor be like, why would I want to go eat at Wendy's? They don't want to go, therefore there's no value. It could be free food. Well, if it's free food, he may go. But it could be, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy at this point. So, Xbox fanboy Burns ain't playing Deathloop. Well, I mean, again, whether they play or not again, it's not what I'm talking about. That is subjective. What's objectively true is that Deathloop is going to Game Pass. Okay, but I was just asking, was it a AAA game or not? I didn't know. So what's up, Plus Ultra? The Rosetta Leakers special Nick said, as of right now, there is no AAA games going into Game Pass the rest of the year. Well, again, let's just say that's accurate. As of right now, there isn't. Now, Microsoft could surprise us. Microsoft could surprise us. I mean, I know Ghost Recon went into Game Pass last month, right? Ghost Recon Wildlands. Okay, but that game that's a last generation game. So and it's a AAA game, but who the F cares about a game? I take that back. That's just not that big a deal. Okay? That is not that big a deal. That a game from last generation is in Game Pass. I mean, did you get a Series X and or S to play last gen games? Did you? Is that what you did? I mean, if that's what you did, it's your money, but I'm gonna look at you like, that's a little bit sus. So let's see here. Sony sued through the BS. That's why they don't send him nothing. Well, again, it did surprise me personally that as a credentialed media person, that Marlon did not get a beta code. I don't know, but I don't know how that stuff works. But you would think a credentialed media person would get the beta to the 1440p. But let me caveat that by saying I'm not sure how that exactly works. So I just know I was able to get my hands on it, and I ain't got no media nothing. So, but shout out to the community, which is stronger than the media. Okay, the community I'd rather be good with the community than good with the corporation. You know what I'm saying? Because I am to Sony. I'm two things to Sony. I am a warranty because I got a Sony TV. I activated the warranty. So that's all they're going to say to me. If I call them up, they're going to ask me the first thing. They're not going to ask how I'm doing. They're not going to ask how my mother is doing. They're going to say, what's your warranty number? Then I have to give it to them. They'll say, okay, how may I help you? And I did the same thing for my PlayStation. It has a warranty on it. So I extended the warranty. So all I am to Sony is a number. That's it. That's all I am, and it's fine. What's up, David? Says Marlon is inconsistent and has no mind. Well, David, we're trying to keep it above board. Let's just leave it at he's inconsistent, okay? We can say that because I think that's fair. But let's leave the insults at the door. Okay, I can't stop you from saying it somewhere else, but when you're over here, I would respect me enough not to insult other people. I'll insult them for everybody, okay? Let me be the one to insult, okay? You guys, I'm just asking you to stay above the board. That's all. That's all. Plus Ultra says, been trying to tell y'all, I guess that's a y'all, there you go. Been trying to tell y'all about Marlon. Yeah, you have. Like I said before, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, however, and let me make this clear. Marlon Gaming Nation did apologize yesterday. And again, I'm not going to play that video. It's on go to his webpage, his YouTube channel. It's there. He said he is dedicated now to trying to bring people together, everybody jump in the pool and have fun, pass drinks and food around. I am 100% behind that. He did make a mistake. He is a human being. At the end of the day, the reason why people went for his neck is because of the other microaggressions he's had about Sony and how he came across to me as almost entitled, like Sony needs to be doing stuff because I need the information, so I can put information out and you all can come to my channel and stuff like that. That's the way he was coming across to me personally, but I'm not gonna insult him. I stopped listening, So, Saints. Oh, see, Saints Rose on my birthday. Hey, my birthday is on a Tuesday. I gotta work on Tuesday on my birthday though. I will be off on the 24th. So just for the record, I'm taking super chat donations for my birthday. It's going to the C1. I'm going 55 inches. So I will be putting that money there. But if not, donate a like and a share. But if you want to donate to the birthday fund, I won't turn you down. But at least I'm being upfront with you. David said he was trying to become an influencer. That's why you unsubscribe. Oh, okay. Yeah, again, I unsubscribed because of the leaked information that he ran with. That's it. That's it. Everybody knows that though, right? That's not me. I'm not dogging him. That's anybody. Anybody that's credentialed running with unsubstantiated leaks instead of waiting for the company to come out. That's trash. That's not gonna get you nowhere. I follow movies and I follow movie news and getting leaks. We get leaks all the time. We get them all the time. Now we got a real big juicy one about a week and a half ago about Wakanda Forever. Now some things are being confirmed and people are coming out with it, but I've been sitting on it for over a week and a half. So, but shout out to everybody who got the information out, because there's other people with better sources than what I got. But my sources told me the same things about it. So 3 new people getting introduced possibly. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be a good movie, I think. Let's see here. The maximum one. Go ahead and put. What did you put up there? View your message. Hogwarts Legacy isn't coming to Game Pass either. Yeah, there you go. That's as far as I know, it's when is that supposed to come out? I mean, is that going to be delayed? I mean, could it be delayed? I don't know. But when is that? Was that supposed to come out in November, or when was that coming out? So. But yeah, you're right. I don't think it's supposed to come to Game Pass. Good point. Let's see here. Sam Ass says, I don't see value in Dollar Tree and the Xbox ecosystem because it's not giving me. Yeah, okay. Well, that's my point, Sam Ass. So if something's not giving you what you're looking for, it does not matter. There's no value there. That's where I'm like, look, you do not have any right to be pushing what you think is valuable on anybody. And he said that during his that video he did. Okay, he literally said something to that effect of what he thinks is valuable may not be what's valuable to you, and he's right about that. It's almost like I said, that other PlayStation guy, or he makes PlayStation content, TCMF. I say that's an acronym for that corny MFer. I literally asked him on Twitter, hey, my guy, are you going to stop with the speculation and the what-if-isms and all this kind of stuff? And he flat said no. He said no. He said, I'm not going to stop doing that, so the best thing for you to do is unsub. And I said, you know what? You're right. And I unsubbed. And I have not listened to him in, I don't know, 6 weeks or whatever it's been. So when Sweep says, let's go, Craig, C1 unboxing and store purchase live stream. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. So Corey Massey's in the house. Shout out to Corey Massey. Says, you at least see why I call him fake. Well, I don't blame people for saying it. I'm just trying to keep it above board, because at least, and I don't know if you saw his video, Corey, where he pretty much apologized for all that stuff, but that's why I'm trying to keep it above board, because he said he was sorry about it, and that's why I'm saying this is where I believe he went off track, because Microsoft shit the bed that's not Sony's fault. Sony doesn't owe us anything but what they're doing, which is quality content. Make sure their console gets updated with the latest firmware. That's what they owe us, okay? So, you know, and you can set your PlayStation up for automatic updates. I don't do that. I don't let Sony just automatic update me. I will go to their website and I will see what the update is doing. Then I will click on update console. That's it. The only thing I let automatically update are the games. The games auto update, I can't stop them. So that's what I've been doing. All right, so Jeppy Gaming said that Hogwarts is set for Q4. Well, see, that could be into January. That could be into January, which again, I don't have an issue with. But wasn't there a Harry Potter movie coming out this year? Isn't there a Harry Potter movie coming out this year? So, but I don't think he's a clown. I think he's a human being. He made a mistake over the Game Pass thing. That was crazy. How he didn't know Game Pass doesn't make money is beyond me. But it doesn't. Game Pass does not make Microsoft money. That their goal is to get Game Pass on all devices. That's why I told you all a couple of years ago, and so did King Thrash. So shout out to Thrash. That's why a couple years ago I said that Game Pass would be an app on all TVs, and that's what you're starting to see. So just give me my flowers and everything will be fine. So Johnny Gaming, this guy, my guy, you got to go to, I'll put the video up. I'm not going to play the video, even though I could yell fair use. Here. He did this video yesterday. I didn't know he did it, but I didn't know he did it until I got home yesterday and somebody had sent it to me. So here's the video and it was done. Let me try to pull down more information. Okay. So I mean, you can just go right to his YouTube channel. It's up there. Let's and let me there. Okay. So that video right there, Dear PlayStation and Xbox Community, PS5 and Series X. So this video is he's apologizing for he apologized for some stuff. So you can watch the video, you can make up your own mind on whether you accept his apology. I don't know how else to say it. I, for one, accepted the apology, and I hope going forward he does exactly what he said he's going to do in the video. Because again, I want to I mean, Marlon brought me up for some podcasts. I was able to talk to Hip Hop Gamer because of Marlon Gaming Nation, and so I'm always going to be grateful for that. But it's like, again, my opinion on this is where he went off the rails, went off track, is when he started getting into this rampant speculation, and it just seemed like entitlement of what Sony should be doing. Sony shouldn't be doing that. I mean, he's not in the boardroom. So, I mean, and Sony, I mean, the one video he did, somebody sent PlayStation is in trouble or something like that, when their only problem is they don't have enough chips to get their consoles out to meet demand. So, and PlayStation is tracking, according to their shareholders, they're tracking to have like 36 to 38 million consoles sold by I don't know if it's Q3 next year or something like that. So that's why when their numbers came out, when their engagement numbers weren't as high as they already knew that, because more people go outside and they were higher on their profit end with PlayStation. So I mean, I can't say I'm at my wit's end with it, but I do not understand why it's that big a deal. That's just my opinion. Okay. That's my opinion. But he did a video on it. So he did apologize, saying that he had gotten some things wrong. And all we can ask of all we can ask of people is to just do better. Isn't that what Kratos told his son? Don't be sorry, be better, or something like that. Don't do, don't be. Yeah, it was something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's that video right there. If you all want to, check it out. So it is what it is. So, Nintendo Direct. Yeah, you know what? I have never seen a game like Splatoon before. Um, those kids were moving so friggin' fast, I about died. I'm like, if I knew that, that's crazy. So, see here, what else you all were saying? So you don't have to go with the insults. Marlon said he wants. What's up, Franco Tech? He wants to bring the community together and have a podcast where everybody can come to and hang out. And I don't disagree with that, like, at all. Like, I literally don't disagree with that. So, because who doesn't want that type of community, right? But when you get into the finger pointing and I'm owed this and we're owed that, and yeah, that's when gonna start getting some pushback there, and that's what happened to him. But I agree with Foxy Gaming's. The man made a mistake. He made a mistake. So, and it's unfortunate that the people that didn't like the fact that the microaggressions and things like that, and Sony's messing up, and Sony needs to communicate more, which translates into Sony needs to tell us more stuff so that I have more stuff to tell you. So I mean, that's just, it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. And but nobody's owed anything. And this whole thing of, well, we're going to call out these corporations, and it's like, well, okay, based on what these people are saying about the games being $70, what if I were to say that because Microsoft is $1 trillion company, that all of Microsoft's stuff should be free because they're $1 trillion company. And therefore, it's not fair that I can't go into the store today and buy a Windows Surface tablet, and Microsoft is being greedy, and therefore they ought to just give it to me for a cheaper price because I want to participate. That's what these people are saying. Complete trash. It's because they don't understand supply and demand. It's not that they don't understand it, they don't care. It is, I'm not participating, which makes me feel some kind of way, and I feel separate from the group that can actually go out there and buy purchases. It's complete bullshit. So he is even repeating. Oh yeah, again, like I said, Johnny Gaming, I stopped listening to him, but I did. So yeah, I mean, again, I guess that's what people are saying. So he is with that. He's like, well, yeah, they're one and done, So, and there's people here saying that he's doing it for money, for super chat money. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. So I hope it's not true. I literally hope it's not true. So, so I mean, because he's got a huge podcast, a huge following, and that community does support him. I mean, he went out and, according to him, was able to get the Samsung. He's able to get some stuff through the community, and that's great. We have a great community, so it's not the community's issue that it's not the community's fault that the people that they're listening to are failing them. It's the people's fault that are doing it. So, like I said, I'd rather have 100 men that understand what I'm talking about than have 10,000 that don't. Now, YouTube is a business, and people are going to do what's good for their business. Okay, they're going to do what's good for their business, not what's good for you guys. So that's why I said to you all need to do a better job of policing who you listen to, and that's pretty much all I can really say. So let's see here. think is that everything? Here for a little bit. All right, well, it looks like that's anybody got anything else to add? Are you going to be watching Splatoon? The Splatoon stuff. I mean, I'm not. I don't. I mean, I'm amazed by what those kids can do on Splatoon. Those kids move so friggin' fast. Um, but and that's their first person shooter. How do you all plan on getting Modern Warfare Part 2? I'm getting it, but I'm not going to play online. I certainly hope. I mean, Sony was supposed to. Remember, they were supposed to be doing something where you could download the single player game and the online player would be different. You know, something like that. So, I could break some news about Days Gone, but I'm not. I'm waiting for confirmation. So, but guys, that is it. I'm gonna bounce on out of here. I do have some stuff to do today, and gotta go pay the man, as they would like to say. And but yeah, just remember, man, keep it classy. I certainly hope that Marlon turns it around. He's a talented guy. So here's to him turning it around, and we'll see how it goes from here. And that's it, folks. I will talk to you Thursday. Peace.